Hello, Pisces. This is your weekly tarot reading for December 28th through January 3rd. So let's go ahead and get started. Universe, what does Pisces need to know? Top of the deck for clarification if necessary. One more again. Okay. We get 9 of Discs, growth. 7 of Discs, investment. King of Cups, responsive. Prince of Swords, cerebral. 3 of Swords, suffering. The Empress, nurture. The 5 of Wands, struggle. The 4 of Discs, stability. The 2 of Wands, Genesis. And overall, it is the Wheel of Flow, fortune. Okay, so the general atmosphere here is the 9 of Discs, growth. This is financial abundance. This is, the good stable job, the car paid off, all the a nice stable life here, like right here we have with the 4 of Discs with stability. The crossing influence here is investment, like where you're investing your time. Are you going to see a return? Are you going to see this growth that you're wanting so much? Because it just feels like you're in the beginning stages and you're not quite at that point where you're having that. Your higher self is working with the King of Cups here, responsive. So we're going to clarify this real quick. 10 of Wands, resolve. 8 of Wands, confusion. And the King of Swords, analytical. Okay, so I feel like you're waiting on information, waiting on you need to do this because you have everything like idealized on what needs to be done. And you're ready to get out of this situation to really harness this 9 of Discs energy, and you're just not sure which way to go about it right now, and you're waiting on this information to come to you. Underneath, subconsciously, you have the Prince of Swords, whether you know it or not, but you're spending a lot of time focusing inwards and just thinking about resources and thinking about what needs to be done. Very cerebral, been thinking too much, really, caught up in your head a lot, and you can start mixing realism and pessimism, which can bring from a past energy here, the 3 of Swords, the suffering card, that can, bring you back to a spiral you don't want to be at, and you're not going to be at because you don't want to, obviously. But this is a past energy, the 3 of Swords, the suffering energy. This is going into the deep, chaotic waters of the mind. Maybe areas that we don't like to focus on because it brings up such strong emotion, but this is somebody who has stepped into that, and you have found that resolution there, that you're no longer carrying this trauma, you're no longer carrying this feeling and this energy anymore, and you're making sure that you're not doing that, but maybe you've been making sure for a little too long. Because coming up for you is the Empress energy, nurture. And with it, you got the Visionary, the King of Discs, determined, and the All Embrace. So what I get from this past energy is a feeling of lack, a feeling of not good enough, and wherever that stemmed from, you've really come to terms with that, and you're like, you know what, that's not me anymore. And because you are a powerhouse here. Overcoming trauma, overcoming unnecessary responsibilities that you've held on yourself, and that's beautiful here. And with this healing that you have done, you're ready to embrace this because you're not carrying that energy with you anymore. You're ready to embrace this newness. You're stepping in the energy of the King of Discs. This is like banks. This is fertile land. This is knowing exactly what you're wanting to create here and having every ability to do so. With the Prince of Wands here, you're blazing your own path with your own view of what you deserve. And with the Empress, it's Empress herself, the pretty much mother of the tarot. She is ready to nurture and to cradle all this newness and to make sure that everyone is provided for and everything is within balance. So you're stepping from this not knowing where to invest your time and waiting for this because you have such direction, because you've thought about it a long time and overcome a lot. This is you now. This is the nine of discs is yours. Now you might not have it in your hands, but every ability to embrace it and to plan with it and to nurture new ideas is at your disposal. Your internal world is the Five of Wands. This is family structure and, struggles of not having enough and maybe some personal conflict with like friends and family. And with this internal world, you have the Nine of Wands, endurance, the Princess of Wands, enthusiastic, and the Two of Discs, change. You got a lot of wands out there. You got a lot of changes going around. You got a lot of things are going to be happening here with the family structure and the closeness. And you got to be able to keep up with it all. But you're going to have a lot of passion and a lot of enthusiasm about this change that is coming and changing this struggle that you and your loved ones have gone through. Your external world this week is the Four of Discs, stability. Link between your internal and external world is Queen of Swords, perceptive. Knowing what everybody needs and knowing what steps you have to take and processing. This is a woman that can, or a man that has a deep understanding and empathy of the emotions of themselves and others. Focusing on the stability that's going to come. What is the best way to achieve stability is your outside world, your focus this week is Genesis, the new start. How are you going to go about it? What are the best ways? A lot of planning with that one. And overall, it's the wheel of flow, fortune, because fortune is now flowing in your favor. So there is a lot of money here. There's a lot of money and a lot of stability and a lot of building and starting and changing from not having enough in this beating yourself up and anxiety and dark place. That's not for you anymore. The wheel of flow is turning in your favor, and may fortune ever flow to you so freely, Pisces. This is beautiful. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and check out my other videos, like and subscribe. And I'm also offering private readings if you're interested. Go to my YouTube profile, click my Facebook, send me a message, and I will talk to you from there. And I will see you next week, Pisces.